what's up, studs? Ryan here, or MandRproductions, and today I have a very interesting video for you guys that some of you guys helped create, and that is your controversial LEGO opinions. On Ask MNR 119, I got a comment asking me what my controversial LEGO opinion was, and so I answered that on episode 120, and then down in the comment section on episode 120, I fronted the question to you guys, what is your controversial LEGO opinion? And I got a ton of replies, and today we're going to go through about like 12 or so of those replies and see what the good ones are, what the bad ones are. Are there good controversial LEGO opinions out there, or is this video just going to be a mess and people are just going to be super upset in the comments section? I'm not really sure, but I thought this would be a fun video. We'll start out with a controversial opinion from Will Bray, and he says, the same as yours, I don't think that LEGO is that overpriced, and that was my controversial opinion in the video, and I stand by that. I don't think LEGO's that overpriced. You see a lot of people, and maybe by a lot of people, or maybe you think it's a majority of people, it's the people that you see in comment sections predominantly every time a new set's revealed. Oh, it's too expensive. Oh, it's overpriced. You know, you see those comments and they just kind of get to you when that's not really the majority of people, but you still see quite a few of them where people are just always irate that LEGO seems so expensive to them, and maybe it is. Maybe I'm just way off base here, but I think it's fairly priced for what it is in the market that it has. It's obviously a premium product. They sell a really good, well-done product, well-researched, well-developed. They pay their employees and designers. They actually don't steal designs from people like Lepin and others, so like there's a lot of things that LEGO does that go into the cost of the brick or the set that you eventually do buy in stores. So no, I don't think LEGO is that overpriced, and here I am, LEGO simp, I guess. This one ain't gonna make a lot of people happy. From John, he says, LEGO needs to park Star Wars at this point for a while. It's totally played out, smiley face, you evil monster. I disagree, obviously. I would assume most people watching this video would disagree. Star Wars is still one of LEGO's top-selling themes as far as I'm aware, and there is no reason for them to just get rid of one of their top money-making ventures, especially when more movies are going and TV shows obviously are going to be continuing to come out for the foreseeable future. There is no reason for them to park Star Wars. It's your unpopular opinion. You're very much entitled to it. However, I just fully disagree and think that there is plenty of gas left in the Star Wars tank, and I'm very excited to see what the future holds. Maybe tone it back a little bit on the Snowspeeder AT-AT X-Wing remakes, or what, you know, the ones that they've been making like every other year, like, chill. But there's other stuff, other unique things that they have still yet to make that I think a lot of people will and can still enjoy. Logan Brick says, Jack Stone is a good theme, not kidding either. I will put pictures of Jack Stone on screen, and you tell me what you see here, because I don't think the rest of us see it. I don't know what you got going on in your mind. I don't know if you were dropped on your head as a kid or something, but there is something wrong with you quite clearly, because Jack Stone cannot be a good theme. I'm kidding. I mean, maybe you think it is, and I'm sure there are people that actually genuinely like Jack Stone like yourself, but as you can tell, the question was, what is your controversial LEGO opinion? Therefore implying you're probably in the minority, and I think you are very much in the minority here. I don't think Jack Stone's very good. Mr. Alvaro says, I like the Jedi and Clones battle pack, with another smiley face. Why are you putting smiley faces on this? This is not funny at all. That is, ooh, whew. Okay, so I don't see anything inherently wrong with that as like being a LEGO set, but LEGO attaching the term battle pack to it is what really rubs me the wrong way, so I just dislike it based on that principle. I don't think it's a bad set. For like $15, you get 2 unique Jedi and 2 clone troopers and a little build. That's fine, but don't call it a battle pack. That's just wrong. That's just wrong. So yeah, it's an okay set to buy one of, but as a battle pack that you want to buy 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 of, that's just an awful thing to be selling to your customers, in my opinion. Captain Cardinal says the Venator is overrated, and I feel like I could probably get behind this one. The Venator's from 2009. It's probably not, as I think about looking at it on my shelf, or actually it's probably down behind me, it's not that great, right? It's probably some rose-tinted glasses or whatever, and it's probably not as good as we all remember it to be. Like, I'm sure there are plenty of design flaws, but for what it is, it's the only Venator. The box art is pretty damn epic. It was a $120 set back in 2009, so it was pretty affordable. I would love a remake of it. I think that they could definitely do a lot better today, and I can see why you would think it's overrated. It's just not the perfect model that it could be over a decade later now, so I think you have some merit on that unpopular opinion. The Collector says, I love the LEGO Bomb Squad Troopers, and I just wanted to know why this is an unpopular opinion, or why you thought it was. I don't see a lot of hate or negativity towards Bomb Squad troopers. I also don't see a lot of people saying they particularly love them, but they're just kind of like this neutral thing that exists. So maybe in that factor, it's unpopular to say I love them, but I never see people just going out of their way to just trash the Bomb Squad. I used to have a ton of those before I sold some of them. I probably still got like 20 or 25 though. They're really neat. I love the orange. Maverick says, I personally enjoy the First Order AT-ST. I know people don't like it because it has no head, but it's accurate to that scene and has awesome exclusive minifigures. So I think saying that it's accurate to the scene is fair. I think that's a fair assessment. Awesome minifigures may be a bit of a stretch. You might want to use a little bit of a less hype word like decent minifigures, perhaps. Rose Tico, Captain Phasma, already got her from the First Order Troop Transporter, way better set. And then, of course, the Finn minifigure, all decked out in his First Order stuff, just and BB-8, of course, I guess. But yeah, I think decent minifigures would be my word for that, but sure, if you think they're awesome, I go for it. But yeah, I think most people personally don't enjoy the First Order AT-ST. It's one of the most memed on and hated LEGO Star Wars sets ever to come out. I think if LEGO could go back and take that set back and do something else in its place, they would. I don't think they foresaw what happened with that set. That one got memed to death, and it was not very good. I doubt it sold well. It was gone within a year, and hopefully will not be coming back anytime soon. Chandler L. with a very interesting one says, I prefer old Boba Fett over new Boba Fett, and I can totally relate to this one. I don't think I subscribe to that line of thinking, but I think I can relate because I have the nostalgia for the old one, right? The old one was around, I believe, until 2010, which is a long time. That thing was around for over a decade for LEGO Star Wars, and it served its purpose very well. I remember getting one in the 2006 Slave One with that jetpack attached to the helmet, and also the 2006 Jabba Sail Barge, and damn, that's a good figure. It was very well done for the early days of LEGO Star Wars, and, you know, just reminiscing on it, I do see why you might like it a little bit better than the new one, but I think it's undeniable that the new one is a much more accurate color, much better print, mold, as well as the ability to change out some of the headgear on it, and then you can have the backpack on or off as you please in different colors if you really want to, but it comes in the sand green that matches, and I really like that aspect of it, so I think I do prefer the new Boba Fett over the old one, but that is still a very interesting, controversial, or unpopular opinion there, because I think that most people like the old Boba. They have this nostalgic love for it, but I think most people recognize or at least subscribe to the theory or idea that the new one is substantially better and was a great upgrade that they made in 2010. Wade Wilson, with his controversial LEGO opinion, says, I eat LEGO bricks sometimes. I'm not a doctor. Well, technically I am MandRproductions to some people, so, you know, oh ho ho, but no, you probably shouldn't do that. I would assume they'll pass through the thing and be okay, but it also just doesn't seem like the healthiest thing to just be chugging Lego pieces from time to time. They may not even hurt you at all, but like, I just want to know why. Do they look good to you? Like, do you get those water studs, put them in your water, and you're just like, I really don't know what has led you to that place in your life. Kyle's controversial opinion is, I think the buildable figures are better than most people give them credit for. More like an unpopular opinion. I think that's both unpopular and controversial because most people, I say most people, I think they are terrible. So, oh god, yeah. This one is definitely up for a lot of debate. Buildable figures are definitely made for a certain type of person, and that person is not me. Never was, never will be. I'm not an action figure person, and that's what buildable figures are. As much as they say buildable, they're action figures when you put them together, right? So, yeah, I can't agree with that, obviously. I think it's pretty controversial to say that buildable figures are better than most people give them credit for. Maybe that's actually a pretty fair statement, to say they're better than most people give them credit for. Right now, people give them credit for being like a 1, or at least I do. Maybe they're like a 3. Which still isn't very good, but that's better than I give them credit for. I will say this, there's a reason LEGO's not selling them anymore, and it's that if they were popular, and a lot of people actually like them, like they like battle packs and UCS sets and other things like that, they would still be around, and alas, they are not. So, buildable figures clearly weren't made or didn't catch on to the LEGO fans on the whole. Scarlet Fire 359 playing with fire here, saying too many Falcons and the UCS Falcon is overrated. Which UCS Falcon? I'm sure you're probably talking about the newer one. I genuinely strongly disagree with that statement that the UCS Falcon is overrated. That thing is a beast. I don't know if you've ever like been in the presence of one, but it's like It's huge. Like, it is mind-blowingly huge for a Lego set. And obviously, $800 is a lot of money, but if you ever get the chance, I know you, based on your statement, you probably don't want to buy one, but if you ever get the chance to, like, see one in person, maybe at a friend's house or at a LEGO convention or whatever, definitely take up that opportunity because it is really cool to see in person. But too many Falcons, I can't say I disagree. We had the 2015 Force Awakens, 2018 Solo one, and then in 2019 we got another one. And then of course we've had some Microfighter ones. We've had the UCS one in 2017. Like, we've gotten a lot of Falcons lately, so I kind of agree that there are too many Falcons, but as far as the UCS Falcon being overrated, I think that one is a little bit ridiculous to say. Quarantine Clanker says the new Scout Trooper helmet looks off. That is definitely controversial or unpopular. I disagree. I think the new Scout Trooper dual molded helmet looks beautiful. I do have the, like, much like the Boba Fett helmet piece, have some nostalgic love for the old Boba Fett style, and the newer one is really nice, and I acknowledge that it's better, and it's kind of the same case with the Scout Trooper for me. Not quite the same with the Stormtrooper. The new Stormtrooper was terrible, and I think they've already reverted, much like they did with those Rebel pilot helmets that they tried to change. Like, I don't know what they were doing with that stuff, and they didn't say anything, and now it seems like they've gone back to the old ones, I think. Regal Plays with a controversial opinion here. It says, stud shooters aren't that bad so long as they're used well and aren't just tacked on needlessly. So stud shooters in LEGO Star Wars tend to only come in the battle packs now, which is actually pretty good. It's actually nice that they only end up in those smaller sets. All the other larger sets tend to get regular weapons, which is a great medium that LEGO has found. As far as them actually fitting into sets, I typically feel like they integrate them well enough, and if you don't want them on there, I feel like most of them are integrated in a way that you can just pop them off and it looks just fine without them. I don't even feel like that's that controversial to say that, but you do see a lot of hate for stud shooters, so I can definitely see some people really strongly disagreeing, because some people are just dead set on the complete destruction of stud shooters across the earth and will not stop until they get what they want. So I'll have some polls up there if you haven't been seeing them already, asking you guys what you think about some of these controversial opinions, because I think it's interesting. And of course you can leave some comments down below if you would like to see another video like this. Maybe let me know an idea. I'm not really sure what I might do, but I thought this was a very interesting spin on a type of video like this for LEGO stuff. If you have more controversial opinions that you want to share, or you want to get riled up about something someone said in here, you can of course say that down there. Just don't make it personal with anybody. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.